Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again, and it is the update you have all been waiting for when it comes to Wuthering Waves, and that is going to be the Prydwen tier list, because we've had the meta shake very recently with two of the most recent releases, Yang Yang Zhuan Ling and SuiSui. And naturally, they've been placed relatively high on the tier list, and I'm looking to see what's the reasoning, what's the rationale, and of course, are some units maybe being rated a little bit too highly compared to the results that we're actually getting. We'll find that all out today, and of course, that's going to start off with us looking at the changelog. Man, Europeans are so weird. I don't know how you guys write dates like this. It looks alien. Added as a tier 0 support, SuiSui Schmidley joins her sister in the highest tier due to her ability to support 3 of the strongest teams in the game, causing Hiyuki and Yang Yang to become the game's new DPS ceiling. Personally, I think it's really mainly Hiyuki. And her being the de facto best option in 2 of the strongest teams lands her an easy tier 0 placement. It's really just that simple, right? It's really just that simple. How's that weird? Okay, so this is the thing. Europeans are overly sensitive about the dumbest fucking things. I made one jokey comment about the date, and some of EU people are still talking about it. Like, can you guys stop getting butthurt about the smallest things and, like, acting like it's a personal insult because I made a fucking joke? Like, Jesus Christ, you guys are honestly, like, a little pathetic for still talking about that literally 20 seconds later. Like truly, like, are you at the point where it's like the ordering of 2 numbers in a fucking date is, like, enough for you to feel superior as a person? Her being the de facto best option in 2 of the strongest teams lands her an easy tier 0 placement. I'm gonna make that joke every video, by the way, because it's fun. It's fun seeing how upset a certain group of people will get. And this is the funniest thing of them all. Because the EU is, like, mostly white, it's like, bro, it's like, I'm gonna be honest, it's like a free pass. People make fun of Asian people all the time. It's fine. Now, WhiWa changes. SuiSui added as a tier 0.5 support. SuiSui has synergy with some of WhiWa's best teams, mainly Hiyuki and Yang Yang. However, Wuthering Waves is optimally played with comps where you have a constant stream of damage output, and SuiSui's personal damage creates a small window of downtime. Despite that, however, she is still excellent. So basically, having a hybrid support that's able to clear waves on their own is very valuable in WhiWa because of things called chip damage, right? And chip damage on a support requires you to actually deal damage in the first place, and SuiSui deals very little chip damage. She only deals it on 2 actual abilities, if we're going to be real over here. And the 2 abilities where she deals damage are her intro skill, because it scales off HP, and then her resonant skill over here, where that damage also scales off the fucking HP too. But it's not really a lot of damage. It's actually quite low, and it's not going to kill a lot of things. And so the end result is a character like Chisa, who can nuke, who actually can clear waves, can sometimes end up being more beneficial. But her rod buffs are better. So that's kind of like the trade-off over here, is that Chisa can feel a lot better in WhiWa, but I tested a couple of teams myself. I personally like using this unit better, as long as we're having, you know, maybe a unit like Hiyuki in the conversation. Overall, I think these placements are relatively fair, and this is my personal take. If Yang Yang was better in the game mode without Frolova, SuiSui would be tier 0. But because Yang Yang without a Frolova kind of is really dog shit in Wuthering Waves. That's my personal take. If you're not using Frolova with your Yang Yang, I don't even know what you're doing with the character. She doesn't feel that good to me. But those are going to be the placements. Now, let's go ahead and just see what the tier list looks like now. That's a lot of tier 0 units. Yeah, I don't know. Some could say either this is a lot of power creep or it's not really that much, because I don't know. So many units, so many recent releases are all kind of like right next to each other. We now have 5 units in tier 0, 4 units in tier 0 hybrid, and now 4 units in tier 0 support. So that is 13 tier 0 units. There might be more tier 0 units than any other tier. No, there are more tier 0 units than any other tier in the game. So it's like, is this good or bad balance? I think you have to say it's good, because it seems like they found a baseline and they're sticking to it. And they're sticking to it so much, 13 fucking units are in it. It's bad. Okay, so you want new releases that are worse than every other unit in the game? I guess that's the thing. It's like, would you prefer, like, a unit that's worse than every other one in the game? Because we already had that, and that was like Chisa's release, and that was not very good, was it? Like, do you think Cheese's release was good to the game? I don't think so. I think it was pretty bad to have a unit that doesn't do anything for 6 months. I don't want power creep. Do you see anybody getting moved down after SuiSui got introduced to the game? I don't know. I don't think so. It would definitely be power creep if all 3 of these guys were now tier 1 and then SuiSui is the only tier 0, but that's not what's happening. Personally, I think this is kind of wild, but I can't necessarily say anything bad about it right now for a couple of reasons. Hiyuki feels higher power level than before, but not to like a degree that like breaks anything. Luke is still there, so is Sagrika, and so is... I don't really know, right? It's still so many good teams for people to play. Now there's just more options and more supports for people. Now, though, we need to start taking a look at where maybe some other adjustments need to be made. Where do people need to move up? Do people need to move down? Is anybody overrated or is anybody overstated on here? I personally am at the point where I don't think so. Because overall, I think these two are still extremely strong. They're still extremely good, and they can feel a lot better than other teams for certain bosses, to the point where Luke can excuse having slightly lower DPS than other characters because he will be able to hit enemies that other characters would just get their rotations bricked on. For example, aerial units. He's probably the best unit to fight against aerial units in the game. And there are bosses where Sagrika can't even damage them, and then Luke is hitting them the whole time. So I feel like his consistency probably is what like brings him over here because of that ability. That's my personal take for it. And then the rest of these characters are all still doing incredibly well damage-wise. Some DPS options-wise, yeah, these are the best ones in the game, and they're on the best teams. And then the support, same exact thing. Now we're starting to get into a bit of a difficult conversation over here. I think that we might need to have some adjustments over here, especially when it comes to tier 0.5, and it's for these reasons. I don't know if Relova is a tier 0.5 anymore. And frankly, I don't know if Cart is a tier 0.5 anymore. And I think it kind of like results in us maybe revisiting a conversation where some of these guys are bumped down to tier 1, and then maybe some of these characters are bumped down to tier 0.5. I don't know. It's a bit of like a complicated situation because I'm kind of at the point where I feel like people will generally get better results with a Yuno Augusta than a Cart team. Am I tripping about that? I feel like people are getting better results with Yuno Augusta than like Cart, Chakota, and like her team. That's personally me. I get better times. I don't even think Augusta's a tier 1 unit. I think she's actually probably tier 0.5. Like, my Augusta seems like she's good. I think Galbreda might be tier 0.5 as well, to be honest. I feel like on average, both these characters, her in Mono Fusion and her with Yuno, perform better than Cart. That's what I feel like, at the very least. Recent enemies are Electro and Arrow. Oh, okay, so isn't that an argument for Galbreda to be bumped up? And so I'm just going to take your comment and not register it because it made no fucking sense. Because that's like Cart should be bumped down. If anything, it just reinforces Galbreda going up. I think this is where it's the most fucky for me. Tier 0.5 and tier 1, I feel like there needs to be some switcheroos going down over here. That's personally me, just based off of experience. I don't know, especially these two. I think Mono Fusion Galbreda might edge out Cart. Just saying. All right, now tier 1.5. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of where we just get into DPS's people just are not really playing anymore. Yeah, I think this is looking relatively fair here. Yeah, DPS's people aren't really playing anymore because there's kind of just better options for either the attribute or the playstyle. Nobody plays Camellia because you'd rather just play Luke. Yeah, nobody plays Zana or Phoebe because you'd rather just play Hiyuki if you want a negative status team that doesn't feel like shit. Nobody's gonna play Jian when you got fucking 17 million other Arrow DPSs and then Qing Zhao's coming out too. So like now there's gonna be like fucking 4 Arrow meta viable Arrow DPSs. You're gonna have this bitch, that bitch, and then the other sword flying bitch that's gonna be coming out. Yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's not very good. That's not looking very good for him, is it? At least he's still tier 1.5, though. And now the hybrids. I think Chakota needs to be bumped down, bro. I don't think she's good anymore. I'm sorry. I think Chakota needs to be bumped down. I think she's... I don't think she's even close to tier 0.5. Like, what are you playing her in other than a Cart team? Well, with Sagrika, I guess... If you're going sustainless Chakota, Chuyan, and Sigrika, you're dying, bro. That team doesn't survive because it is one of the most face tanky teams in the game. Like, that team needs to face tank things. And if you're dodging, you don't get their rotation done. So it's kind of just the team doesn't work fundamentally because the team can't really dodge that much. And how are you going to face tank without a healer? You're dead. It's only in Whimpering Waste where you can CC the enemies the whole time. And this is still the TOA. I think she's tier 1 or below. Easy. Now, Lupa, on the other hand. I think Lupa, this is probably what should happen to her. You bump her down, then bump her back up when Jingran comes out. Actually, no, she still got the Imyth teams. Nah, she still has the Fusion Burst. She still has, like I guess, some use with Imyth. Nah, I think she can be... I think she might go up to tier 0 then when Jingran comes out. Yeah, I forgot she can be used with Fusion Burst in a lot of ways. So yeah, I think Lupa bumps up when Jingran comes out. Next update. And now Rebecca. Rebecca's not going to be good with Jingran because she buffs attack, percentage attack, and I don't think he's going to have high base attack. I think she just stays comfortably here because she's so good with Yang Yang. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like Rebecca's more so the Yang Yang support than the Lucy one. Let's be real here. And then Verena. I think Verena's good there. Looking down more, I think Mortefi needs to be bumped up to tier 1. Yeah, Prydwen, he's too low because he's too good with Yang Yang. He's better for Yang Yang than Yuno. And Yang Yang's better than the DPS Yuno supports. I think Mortefi, Yang Yang, Zhuan Ling might be comparable to Augusta Yuno. I think he should be bumped up, or he should get an expert tag. You know what? Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe Mortefi could get an expert tag or something to show his quick swap, his like Chisa quick swap with Yang Yang. I think you could do that. Yeah, more quick swap with Yang Yang and then give him the expert tag and then allow him to be bumped up. Absolutely. Yeah, no, his quick swap with Yang Yang is very good. And Rover. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, we're kind of just getting into shitter mode. Changlei's looking rough nowadays. Her mono fusion team at S0R1 can't even clear anymore, and she's the weak link. It's like Brant and Lupa and their team are good, and then she's the weak link of that team. She's the sole reason why they can't clear anymore. And then Phoebe's just dog shit too. Yeah, and then we got the whole Cancer Roller Rosia. TOA one's looking solid to me. Can't really complain too much about anything else other than like here, and then just estimating some future shifts over here. But I think this is probably the biggest area of like, what the fuck is going on? Probably need to fix that. Now let's look at Whimpering Ways. And remember, SuiSui is going in at tier 0.5, so that's that one. This is my take. I have not gotten or seen anywhere close to tier 0 performance with Yang Yang Zhuanling. Unless you're going to do some shit like put Frolova on her team, but then that's just a Frolova team. It's not a Yang Yang Zhuanling team. And this is my personal take. If I've never had her perform at a tier 0 level, unless she's with Frolova, doesn't she need the partner tag? And then also, like, shouldn't she just be rated lower at a baseline because none of her other teams can clear or, like, feel good? Because this is my take. Yang Yang, without Frolova, feels like one of the shittiest characters to ever play in this game mode that I've ever seen. Almost to the level where, like, I don't want to play her as much as I want to play Frolova or Cantarella without a Frolova. Because Yang Yang without a Frolova feels like a Cantarella without a Frolova. I just not even fucking playing her in this game mode. And I think the biggest difference is they need to be, like, like, Hiyuki needs to be tier 0. I'm sorry. At this point, I have never gotten any... I score better with Hiyuki than Frolova. And I'm not even trying... I'm just doing regular Hiyuki rotations. I'm not doing anything expert taggy. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just doing regular rotations getting 3.5Ks on purple tokens. I have in my first impression SuiSui video, I get a 3.3K first time purple token and Lucilla's on String Master. And SuiSui's on Variation. I think she's tier 0. No expert tag. Without a doubt, she dog walks the game mode. And if this bitch, like, I think she's either needs a partner tag or an expert tag or something. I can't get her to work. I'm sorry. I'm able to get everybody that's tier 0 working except for her. I have never had a unit in my experience with this game where I feel such a, like, cognitive dissonance with the ranking that I'm seeing here and the gameplay that I experienced live. And I'm personally of the opinion, it feels like everyone is getting their cheeks tickled when they try to play this bitch in Whimpering Ways. Am I the only one, or is everyone else getting tickled when you try to play her without Frolova? Like, you just try to play like a SuiSui, like fucking Chisa Yay team is buns, bro. I keep trying it, it feels so bad. So painful. I didn't pull her, so no, okay. Why the fuck y'all skipping? Probably because she sucks at Wuthering Waves. I think Yang Yang is severely overstated here. And when people are telling me I need to do like double intro rotations with like swapping onto Furlova and like double feather rotations to get like a regular clear, if you need a double feather fucking triple dog walk, moonwalk, fucking echo cancel it while stirring your cop, bro, that's called the expert tag. What the fuck is Hiyuki doing that's expert that this bitch isn't doing? Bro, what is this cosmetic ass expert? What is hard to play about this unit in WhiWa? This is me like goofing around on String Master, right? I switch the seat. Bro, I just get a 3.3k. All right, well, we got that last wave clear. First timing it, bro. Literally first timing it. You can watch the VOD. I go from TOA to WhiWa. Then just one tap it with a 3.3k. This is the gameplay we're doing, bro. Yeah, no, this team, I already know this team is fucking bonkers, just bro. Look at what we do on the Hiyuki.
Look at the camera.
Get this shit off my... Bro, even that chop. Bro, get back here. We even got bad shit like that too going on. I'm just doing the same rotation you do in the TOA. Holy moly. Is the expert tag making sure your eyes don't miss? What is hard about that? It's just the same baseline rotation you do in every other game mode, and she doesn't have the expert tag there. I think I'm actually going to extend the rotation a little bit over here so I can, like, fully charge this one. Was that the expert tag? Oh, I completed the BA string.
Roam above the inferno, gazing at the snow. Follow the stream.
Look, and then this is the rotation that I do on this team. Look, it's just SuiSui's basic shit, bro. Look, spin to win. I see why there's HP inflation in Wuthering Waves. They got to make sure that when Hiyuki goes in and hits 1 million on some waves, that all right, I'm so just doing TOA rotations here. How do we deal with annoying ass grouping issues? Because I guess that's one of the that's one of the problems with us dealing so much. I get 3.3k with this shit happening in the clear. Much damage so quickly is that holy moly, bro. I feel like you do realize with optimization this goes up to like 4, right? I'm hacking. And this is on purple token, by the way. On purple token, by the way. What am I doing here that's hard? Oh, okay. Maybe I should have exited out Yai and then... Yeah, what I'm talking about, right? This unit is brain dead fucking easy, bro. And you just shit out 3k on accident. So, like, I don't get it. Because I've never had to work so hard to feel like just to get a passable score on a unit like this. And then I'm just cakewalking, doing nothing out of the ordinary, and then getting the mogging crazy scores. And then this unit is somehow lower than this one. I'm sorry. This bitch is tier 0 without a doubt, without the expert tag. And I don't know what she's doing here. Because she either needs Furlova or she's like the expert tag. I don't know, bro. But this is the main thing I have qualms with. And it's really the only thing I have qualms with on this tier list. How? How are people doing this? Where is the tier 0 stuff? And the only tier 0 stuff I've seen, like high scores, people be quick swapping like fucking demons. Like doing double feather rotations where you're building up Yang Yang's basic attacks on somebody else off field. And if you're doing that, bro, that's a quick swap expert rotation. And that doesn't deserve tier 0 at a baseline. And so that's my personal take, because I just have not been able to get this unit to work in WhiWa. I fuck shit up, bro, in the TOA with her. Oh, she's easy tier 0 here. Tier 0 here. I cannot for the life of me see it anywhere over here. And that's just my true, honest take. And I feel like most players that I've talked to, when trying to play this unit, they all say the same thing. I don't, like, is Prydwen on crack? But they're only on crack for this. It's like the smallest crack pipe ever. It's like took the smallest little hit just for this one section. How? Where's the proof, bro? Like, bro, like, I don't know. This would be like fucking Ling Yang being in tier 0. Now it's time for us to do our full review over here of the tier list. Like I said before, it feels like everything on here is pretty consistent because Wuthering Waves is easily the worst fucking game mode. It is easily the worst game mode, and it feels like it has the least viable characters, and it feels like it has the most unplayable characters out of any game mode on the roster. And I think it is comfortable to say that, like, cutting out this bitch because I would not put her in my recommendations. These are like the 4 recommended DPSs. Like the 5 recommended was not this bitch, but like her, and her. It's kind of just these 5, and then everyone else you kind of like don't like using. Am I on? I'm correct, right? You don't, like, the second you get past her, you're kind of like, I don't really want to use any of these guys. You like using her because she can get her instant double ult, and it's, like, decent, right? It's, like, pretty good. And then maybe Galbraina if you have mono fusion, but then Lupa just feels like a bitch because she ungroups everything like a hoe when she uses her echo skill or basically any move in her kit. So like, and you have to use echo skills in the Galbraina team, so it's just rough, right? Like otherwise, if you don't use an echo skill in the Galbraina team, it's like goodbye to your fucking resource that scales off echo skills usage. And so it's like, okay, now just play pinball with her fucking echo. So yeah, okay, so maybe let's add Galbraina and make it 6. Great, you got 6 units that don't feel like you're dragging your balls through mud in the game mode, bro. There's something wrong with Whimpering Waves, and it just feels like shit. And I think this is another unit that feels like shit there. That's what I'll say. Now we got the review. Let's check it out. Tier 0, tier 0.5. Oh, and on the value tier list, she's tier 0. Interesting. I think I can agree with that because she's good with variation. Anyways, let's read the pros and cons. The best support for a ton of negative status characters. Technically, if you include, like, Lucilla as a negative status character, yes, I guess ton technically works. Its ton is not accurate for the number of DPSs, but guys, okay.
Are you guys retarded?
Is this a negative status character?
More memories to our album.
Maybe. Yes. Is this a negative status character?
Of your wishes.
Is this a negative status? So that's already 3, you fucking morons! Oh, we can't count now! Oh, and this is the funniest fucking part, bro. It's like, you goofy little motherfuckers. You're like, oh, you think you're like such a fucking smartass, bro. You're like, oh, I'm so smart. Hee. No, you're just dumb, bro. What do you mean? Bro, that you just showed you can't fucking count or you don't know English. It says negative status characters, not DPSs. Confidently incorrect is the term to use. Oh, we're getting the wall of shame going. Hey, guys, look at everybody who can't read or count. All right. Hey, now we know who's collecting disability. Hey, round of applause in the chat. Hey, you can't read or you can't count. Which one is it? How disabled are you? So ton is 3. Is she a negative status character?
Scissors at the ready.
Yeah, I laid that trap for a reason because I knew somebody wanted to feel smart again. I knew somebody was going to want to feel smart again because it's like, oh, always got to backseat the streamer. Oh, always got to be smarter than the streamer. What, y'all feel smart now? Remember, I'm the smartest person here. Don't forget that. I know you guys try. Y'all try all the time. It don't work. How many times have you tried? You guys have tried a lot. So yes, she's the best support for 4 negative status characters, which is a lot. And currently, really strong meta archetype. Easy rotation, almost no complexity to it. She has a rotation that's somehow easier than Mornier's. Built-in grouping for multi-wave content. It's all right, pretty good. F2P friendly, fully operational at S0, R0. Yeah. Spot on. And this basically just makes it so that SuiSui can be a pull that even if you, like, can't make use of her, it's not the worst shit ever. But if you're pulling her for the intentionality of upgrading the negative status teams that she doesn't work with, then yeah, it's going to feel like a brick because she's not doing what you wanted her to do. But if you're just pulling her to, like, wait, maybe for, like, scene or something like that, you can do that, but she's probably going to rerun soon. And I think she's going to be extremely high value on her rerun. But these are the restrictions that she comes with for being so cheap. Full buffs only activate under extremely specific condition of direct negative status consumption. That's where Hiyuki and Yang Yang comes in. Because those are the only 2 DPSs that reliably consume negative statuses and then want the buffs that she provides. Very low headroom for quick swap. She's Mornier. She's like Mornier and Shorekeeper. You kind of quick swap on Mornier and Shorekeeper, but like not really, because Shorekeeper's rotation is so short that there's not really a point in quick swapping it. Much like how Mornier and this bitch, their rotations are like 4 to 5 seconds. It's not really worth quick swapping at any point. And low sequence node value, the worst I've ever seen. And some people, though, are going to be very happy about that. This unit has the worst nodes in the game. I am fully convinced they are the worst in the fucking game. Like, you are actually getting scammed investing in these relative to, like, fucking Mornier. Like, it's like her sequence nodes do 25% of what Mornier's does. And that's just, like, it. But obviously, free-to-play players are going to be ecstatic about that because it's, like, the most anti-whale character I've ever seen. Where her weapon does very little, and so you don't really want it. And then her sequence nodes do very little, and you don't really want it. I think she's almost meant to be, like, an Arrow Rover in a sense. Where, like, Arrow Rover's obviously, like, free and comes with a lot of stuff. She's as close to free as a character that's on banner can be. Does that make sense? Like, you just get her, and you're, like, good. And then these goofy motherfuckers even put variation on her weapon banner. It's like, they're telling you, don't pull this, because the variation's there too, or pull this, and just get variation copies that way. And then gear your SuiSui like that. They're, like, telling you, don't even pull her weapon, pull the other weapon on banner, get variation, and then play her that way. Because that's what it feels like, right? With her nodes being this shit, it's like you're not supposed to invest a lot in her, and she's meant to be like this S0R0 legend. And for what she is, and the fact that I feel like she is going to work really well with the Sentinel later, and then you have E Rover as the free unit in the scene team, might be one of the most affordable ones on the roster. Even cheaper than Imeth. And I think, honestly, even cheaper than Cardathea. Scene's team might be the cheapest one in the game when all the dust settles. Overall, great tier list update. I think they're handling pretty much all the stuff very well. It's just, I don't know how Yang Yang Zhuangling is tier 0 and Whimpering Waste. And, like, bro, I'm going to need somebody to, like, convince me at this point because, bro, I think she sucks in the game mode. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.